Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Pam and this is the Mrs. Champion channel, and happy Saturday to you all. Today we are going to get into our yearly, quarterly, and monthly savings challenges for 2026. So we are going to get started on this because this usually is a pretty long video. So let's go ahead and get started with our daily savings challenges. I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. It is Saturday, so if you don't, I had to work last Saturday. So if you don't have to work today, I hope you get some rest and relaxation. Maybe get out and enjoy some of this gorgeous weather we are having. Well, hopefully the weather is gorgeous where you are as well. But yeah, hopefully you're able to get out and enjoy some of this so-called time off. You know, usually on the weekends, we are bogged down with getting caught up on the things that we didn't get done during the week. So I know sometimes you don't get much rest on the weekends, but hopefully you can carve up some time for yourself today. All right, guys, we are going to get into this money, this or that. I found this on wealthywomanfinance.com, and we are on our final choice. So we are choosing today between credit card or debit card. And guys, this should be a no-brainer for us in the budgeting community. Of course, we're going to pick debit card. Like, if we can avoid those credit cards like the plague, we do. We cash stuff so that we can hopefully pay by cash or debit card, because debit card is coming directly out of your checking and or savings account. So let's go ahead and choose our debit card today. But you guys let me know what you would choose. Maybe some of you would choose credit card. Maybe you like the points. Maybe you're really responsible and you choose the credit card so that you can get the points and then pay it off in full at the end of the month. So I am going to choose debit card, which is going to save us $2 today. And that does finish up this challenge. So we completed 20, 30, 1, 2, and 3, $33 with this challenge. So it'll be a nice little addition to our end of the month savings, which will probably be going towards our sinking funds, because they have been sinking, child, with us, preparing for Gabby's prom. It actually wasn't as expensive as I thought it was going to be. We did finish up all the shopping that we needed to do. Got her dress, her shoes, her earrings. No, she didn't wear earrings. She wanted a bracelet, a couple bracelets, and a necklace. And I think the only thing else I wanted to order for her is like a little clutch. I wanted like a black suede one that might match her shoes. So, and that's going to be it, guys. She will be going to prom next Thursday, I think. Yeah, I think it's next Thursday is her prom date. So, yeah, pretty excited to see her all dolled up. It's her very first serious formal. So, yeah, I'm excited for her. So, all right, guys. So look forward to those pictures on a community post from me. All right, so we are going to do our roll for your savings goal. And this is from Anna over at Anna Banana Budgets. Thank you so much, Anna, for giving us these freebies to save with. This does definitely help with end of the month closeouts and amounts and just putting a little bit more towards that total. So we rolled a yellow, and yellow is rolling a D8. So let's get our D8 dice and see what we're saving today. We have two whole dollars. So let's not complain. We'll go ahead and take the $2. Every little bit counts. And let's go ahead and grab $2 and let's see what we have saved in total for this challenge so far for the month of May. We have 20, 35, 6, and 7, $37 so far. And here in a few weeks, or not even a few weeks, a couple weeks, I don't know why I said few. Michaela's birthday will be actually on Memorial Day this year. So we will be celebrating her hopefully the Saturday before the holiday. And yeah, spending a lot of money in the month of May. This is a very pricey month for us, especially this month, like I said, with Gabby going to the prom. But you know, we save and have things set aside for times like these, because these kids are not going to be kids much longer. I tell you, they grow up so fast. All right, guys, we're going to get into our savings now. That's what you actually came here for. And let's go ahead and make some room for our money and things. I'm going to kind of keep my pen up close just in case I need it. So let's go and count what we have today. We did budget a little bit more this week because Amy's challenge didn't get much as far as help from the tinies and the minis. So let's go and see what we have saved. I think it's $275, 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60. So 160 in 20s, 170, 80, 90, 200, 10, 20. So 220, 30, 40, 55, so 255, 56, 7, 8, 9, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So yes, 275. And going into this binder today. Now, $500 of our end of the month goes to our Roth IRA. Just in case you're new here and you don't know where this money is going to, that is the monthly, most of the monthly portion of this binder that goes into retirement, and the rest would go towards sinking funds and or our Discover High Yield Savings. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this today. And I need to get my challenges out. I always forget to pull those out of the binder. So let me go ahead and grab those out now. We don't need our 2020. We only do that challenge once a month, but we will go ahead and pull the rest of them out and get that ready. Okay, go ahead and seat those back down so none of my rest of my stuff falls out. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and set the challenges off to the side because we're not starting off with me. We always start off with Lindy over at Bookish Mama Budgets, and we're going to do both of her scratch off challenges. The one is a Ko-Fi membership mail out. We'll do Honey and Hugs first. That's what this one is. So let's go ahead and scroll in just a little bit just so you can see a little bit better. I need to get better in the habit of doing that. So it's just a little bit closer for you. So we are going to roll. Let's go ahead and roll our D2. And this is from Kim over at Budgeting with Kim. Can you guys see that? I feel like there's not enough light going on. Okay, we rolled a 2. So we're going to go with the second spot here and save $5. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get that cleaned up. Let's grab a 5. We'll condense down if we can. This challenge is from her Etsy. This is where I got this one from. So let's go ahead and roll a D3 and see where we're going. Okay, number 1 spot. Let's go right here. And that's a 2. So not too much coming into Lindsay's this week, but that's perfectly fine. We did hit some bigger numbers earlier on in the month with the 10 and 11. So, you know, it's probably smaller numbers left anyway. So let's go ahead and see what we have in total. Between these two challenges, we have 20, 35, 6, and 7. So $37. And we will go ahead and scroll back out for my challenges because they are on the A4 size or, 8.5 by 11 size paper. So let's go ahead and get it set down, and now let me know how far to scroll out or zoom out. I keep saying scroll out. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, so we are going to do our Saturday savings, and we save for the number, the date of the Saturday. So we've been splitting them up because these are some bigger numbers in the month of May. We already had 5 Saturdays, which kind of helped, but we did have that big 30 at the end of the month. So we're going to do this 8 and this 15 for 23, and then we may split the 23 between the final 2 Saturdays or just save it next week. We'll see. So let's go ahead and get 23 today. It's another reason why I had to budget a little bit more, because I wanted to make sure that we were covering all of our bases in this video. Now, what did I do with my pink marker? Is it under here? I forever am misplacing stuff. So let's go ahead and just use, oh my gosh, I just had it. Guys, I'm so sorry. It's right here in front of my face. Okay, let's go ahead and get this 16 colored in. And that's 8, and half of the 30 is 15, and that makes our 23 for the week. All right, so let's see what we have in our Saturday savings saved so far. So Saturday savings. We might be able to condense this down. Okay, yes, we will be, because we have over 50. And I think I'll do that off camera. 20, 40, 50, 1, 2, 4, and 5. And $55. No, is that right? 20, 40, 52, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 57. All right, not going to worry about messing with condensing it down. We'll keep this video moving as quickly as possible. All right, and I might not count up everything, because we're already going to count it at the end of the month. I feel like we don't have to count it every single week. All right, our monthly scratch and save. We are doing 2 on this. So let's let the dice decide which ones. 1 and 2. We're going right here for 2. And then let's go again. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 up here. And 1. So $3 coming into this week. And monthly scratch and save. Let's just go ahead and add 3. Like I said, we will count this at the end of the month and see what everything saved. Let's move on to our game. And this is, all of these challenges that you're seeing now are for a part of my 2026 savings book that can be found on my Ko-Fi. So if you need some challenges, please go ahead and visit my Ko-Fi and you will be able to grab those up. Okay, let's get my D12 because that's what we're rolling for this Father's Day Savings Challenge. And apparently, I don't have my D12 over here. Let me see if it's in my bucket. It's not. So that means it got caught up in something. Oh gosh, guys, I tried to be on point, make sure I had everything, and apparently I didn't do a good job. All right, so I need a different D12. Let's just use this one right here. And we rolled a 5, so let's go ahead and grab a blue marker. And are we rolling twice? Let's see. Yeah, we are. So we need to roll again. Oh, and a 10. So $15 coming into this. 10 and 15 for our monthly game. Let's just go ahead and get that put together like that. And we will finish this up exactly on the last Saturday of the month. So perfect. So we have all the challenges from my savings book taken care of. We're going to move on to Jamie at Charma Budgets now. And this is a quarterly savings challenge. It's marked quarterly and marked quarterly over here on my envelope. So we are going to go ahead and color in this next 2. And each one of these icons saves us $5, and we will pull all of this money at the end of June. Since it is a quarterly challenge, that will be the end of Q2. Let's go ahead and get this colored in. And I usually don't do this on camera, but we'll go ahead and take care of it really quickly. Okay, so $5 coming in for that. So we should have 5, 10, 15 for the month of May, plus an additional 20 for April. And that's a freebie in her shop if you guys want to go ahead and grab that up. Okay, next up is this challenge from Leanne over at Enchanted Owl's Nest. And I pre-colored my next 2 icons. Each icon is $2.50. So we're putting another $5 into this challenge. And this is also a quarterly savings challenge. So we will pull all of this money at the end of June. So next week I'll come in with 2 more icons, color in, and then we'll finish up the final 2 on the 30th. Okay, next up is this big kahuna from Amy by Nature, and we are working on our 1200 now. We need to save, so today is the 16th, so we need to save $40 today. But like I said, it did not get a lot of love from the minis and the tinies. It only got $5, so let's go ahead and get that out. So we need to put $35 with this. Okay, and what I'll do is off camera, I'm going to put this up front so I remember that $40. Wait, did I grab 35? Where's the other 5? I didn't. I must have grabbed 30. Okay, here we go. So let's just go ahead and put this back for 20. Okay, so $40 coming in this week. And I will come in next week and make sure that this 10 plus 30 more out of this block is colored in for our 40 for the week. This is from Amy by Nature. We already finished the 200 and 800 savings challenge. I'll just show you that quickly. The 200 and 800 are done. So we have over $1,000 saved in that Ally savings account for this savings challenge. And that challenge in total will save us $2,200 for the year. Okay, next up is a savings challenge from Andrea over at No Bucks Given. And we are working on her May challenge. And we are working on the 16th. We are saving $11. You guys know I pre-color this. So all we need to do is add the 11 into here. Okay, to what we've already saved. And I will come in next week with the next set of blocks colored in. And next week we are saving 10, which is this row right here. We'll finish up this challenge with the final row of $12 savings before we move on to June. Guys, I can't even believe we're talking about moving on to June already. We are halfway done with this month, over halfway, to be honest with you. And it is just going way too fast. All right, next up is this challenge from Play to Save. I'm going to go ahead and save $7 this week. We save $7 a week. Ooh, I'm not doing very well with my coloring. Look at me all outside the circle, child. So we save $7 a week because this is a $35 save. And since we have 5 weeks in this month, that's perfect to save $7 a week with. So a 4 and a 3. Okay, I'm trying to do better with my 3 because I was struggling. Okay, so $7 coming into this. So we should have $21 saved so far. I'm just going to go ahead and grab 5 and 2 ones and put it in Play to Saves envelope. This is a monthly savings challenge, so we will pull this at the end of May. Next up is our quarterly savings challenge from Mama's Budget and More. We are going to be doing, okay, so we have 2 more Saturdays after this, and we have 6, 12, 13, 14. So let's do, I guess we'll do, we do 4? Let's just go ahead and do 5. We'll do 5, and then we'll split the other, the remaining icons between the final 2 weeks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. So $5 coming in this. These are $1 a piece. And we will pull this one at the end of June. This is a quarterly savings challenge. I love the quarterlies. I'm not going to lie. Like the yearly is going to be great because at the end of the year, you get this big chunk. But the quarterlies are really nice too because they save between $300 to $400 every quarter. So that is amazing if you ask me, because it's just a little bit here, a little bit there, $5 here. Like this one's $2 per week, but it helps to contribute to that end of the quarter savings. So I just have been enjoying saving with the quarterlies as well. They're probably one of my favorites. The monthlies, I think because I don't really see the money, I don't see it now because it's going into our Roth, that I'm like, you know, it's okay. But the quarterlies I absolutely love because then it goes straight into sinking funds. We can have some fun with that money, go spend it on some things that we want to do as a family. So absolutely love the quarterly savings. So this next one up is from Jessie Budgets. We're going to save $2 in her challenge today. And we'll finish this remaining 4 up between the next 2 weeks. And this is going to save us $10 for the month of May, but we won't pull this into the end of June because it is a quarterly savings challenge. Okay, this one up from Kimmy's Corner. And Kimmy is going to get $5 today. So let's go ahead and mark off 2 more icons. We'll do this 3 and this 2. And this is a freebie in her, at least it should be a freebie in her shop. I don't know if she's changed it to like a, you know, a small amount, but when I got it, it was free. So we will finish this up next week with $5 and then we'll be done with the month of May. Okay, budgeting with Lysandra is up next. This little spicy challenge is getting $9 this week. So let's go ahead. I think it's getting $9. 4, 5. And then we'll have to do, yeah, we'll have to figure something out between the next 2 weeks, but that's perfectly fine. We can give it the 9 now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's 9. Let's go ahead and color in some more of these icons. And we'll go ahead and do this little cupcake for 5. And then we'll do the circles down here. These circles are $1 a piece. Sorry if your squealing is coming off with me color. I'm trying not to color too hard so you don't get that noise. Okay, so $9. So we have $15, $16, $17, $18. Perfect. Yep, that'll work. $9 in the last 2 weeks each. And that'll be a done challenge. Probably gonna have to make some change here shortly because I haven't been counting the money, so I've just been kind of just throwing it in the envelope, but now I'm going to be running out of smaller bills. So let me just make some change here for a second. So we'll put a 20 in there. You have a ton of 20s over here. So going forward, I might have to stop and just condense down. Okay, next up is this challenge from Anna Banana Budgets and Lacey of our Blue Kiwi Budgets. So shut the toolbox. So let's see what we can do on this today. All right. So we're only doing 1 round this week. All right, so that is a 8. Okay, starting off strong. Let's get that 9 out of the way. Okay, we got a 7. And this is going towards Father's Day savings. There's a 4. All right, still need that spicy 9. Ooh, I thought we almost had it. That's a 5. So half of this challenge is in Anna's Ko-Fi. The other half is in Lacey's. There's another 8. So we'll do a 6 and a 2. Okay, come on with the 9. That's a 4, so 3 and 1. Okay, now we have to roll a 9 or we're saving 9. It's unusual. Usually I'm pretty good about getting that 9, so it doesn't look like that's happening today. And there's an 11. Okay, so we're saving $9. 9, 5. Now we have that. Let's see, do I have a 1 in here? I don't. So let's do this. Make some change. Let's make some change on one of these 20s because we have quite a bit of those left. Any money that's going to be left over from this binder will go into our spring theme savings. That's what we'll do. That's what we've been doing. It's just pushing it to the next day. I kind of sometimes over budget for this binder only because I want to make sure that that Amy challenge gets fulfilled every week. Okay, so $9 coming into here now. Sure it's in somewhat of an order. Okay, so we're moving on to our scratch and save from Party Planner Papery. We do one of these per week because I want to pull this at the end of June as a quarterly challenge. So let's go ahead and roll. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's roll a D8 and see which spot we're going in. Number 3. So we'll go right here. So 2, I'm not going to scratch it all off. I can do that later. A 6 is 8, and a 3 is 11. So $11 coming in. Okay, 10 and 11 into this challenge. And I can't wait to see what that saves at the end of the quarter. That's going to be nice. All right, this challenge from Ashley, Savings with Ashley Carousel. We are doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 2 of our flowers this week. We do have the money to do it. They're $3 a piece. So I'm just going to go ahead and color in the center. And that just lets us know that we saved with that flower already. So $6 going into there. This is a monthly. So we'll pull at the end of May. Okay, here's a Quarterly Savings Challenge from Divine Savings Co. I think we're calling this the Girl in the Dark. I don't know if that's what she's calling it, but I think the rest of the community was calling it that. So let's go ahead and roll 2 D6 dice. We roll these 2 per week. So we have a 5 and a 4 for 9. Let's see, do I have a 1? I do. Let's put the 1 back and grab a 10 and throw that in there. And let's mark up our board. So 5. And a 4, and we're saving 9. So we'll be pulling this air in a few weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more weeks. We'll be pulling that to see what it has saved us for the quarter. All right, next up is Becca Budgets. We do her sticker challenge and her bookmark challenge. The bookmark challenge we do in a small or low budget way. Let's go ahead and take care of that now. So we have a 15 and a 22. So the 15 is going to be a 6 because what we do is we add our numbers together to save in a low budget manner. So let's go ahead and mark that. Ooh, you can't see that. Let's go with something a little bit darker. Let's see if this alcohol marker in red will come up. It does. Okay, perfect. So $6 coming in for that. And our next challenge is her sticker challenge with these cute little emoji type stickers. Here's the boots, the little rain boot with the flowers coming out of the top of it. And these are going to save us $5. So let's put this 5 back and grab a 10. So we're saving $11 today in both of these challenges. That sticker challenge is available on Becca Budget 777 Etsy shop. That's where I ordered it from. Okay, last but certainly not least is our quarterly challenge from Save with Judy. I already pre-colored my gnome. Here's Sam. He's so stinking cute. And we're going to go ahead and save $5 for Sam. So let's go ahead and do that. And now we have $35 saved in our savings challenge with Judy. So I'll come in with our next gnome colored. I think I was going to name him Anthony. I keep thinking the same name for some reason. Let's maybe name him Brian. He's going to be Brian. I feel like we already had Brian, but if he was on another page, he don't count because there's no Brian on here. So he's going to be Brian. So I'll come in with Brian color next week. And guys, that was it. We had a lot of money left over. I figure I over budget. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1 and 2, $92. And I don't think there's really anything else I can do. What I may do is spread that out over the next few videos. Maybe I won't put all of it into our because I already have that money. I already have $200, $200 or $225 coming in for tomorrow. That's a lot of money to put in one binder. Now, do I need to pay myself back for the prom stuff? Of course I do. But I don't think I want to put anything else into these challenges right this moment. We're doing really good with this binder. So I'll figure out what to do with the remainder of this money. Like I said, if I don't put it all into tomorrow's video, I will spread it out between the remainder of next week's videos. So no problems there. I'd rather have more than not enough to finish up my binders, especially this one because it goes to Roth. And what's the other one that has to always get funded? I always like for Word of God Wednesday to have what it's supposed to have. So, all right, guys, that's going to be all of the savings that we're going to do in today's video. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Please be safe in anything that you decide to do. I'll see you tomorrow in our spring themed savings challenges where we save with things that are spring themed. So take care. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.